Disaster strikes northern China without mercy. Within hours, cities and villages vanish beneath rising water. Rivers burst through their banks. Dams fail under crushing pressure. Streets turn into rivers. Fields become endless lakes. Over 520,000 people are left stranded. In Jiuzhou, Hubei province, entire neighborhoods disappear. Rescue workers lose access. Water climbs to the second story of homes. People cling to rooftops, waving to helicopters overhead. Emergency sirens echo across submerged streets. In some regions, there is no warning, just silence, then a wave. Water moves fast, dark, and deadly. Cars are lifted and tossed like paper. Bridges crumble. Homes collapse. Families run through muddy currents, grabbing only what they can carry. The flooding spreads from village to city, leaving destruction in every direction. People are trapped in factories, hospitals, and schools. Trains stop, roads vanish. Power lines fall. This is not a seasonal flood. This is a once-in-a-generation disaster. And it is not over. The flood isn't slowing down. It's spreading, brutal and unstoppable. The Chinese government moves quickly to respond. Authorities declare a Level I emergency, the highest disaster response level. Rescue forces are mobilized across Hubei and Henan provinces. Evacuation orders are sent by loudspeakers and mobile alerts. Military trucks roll in by the hundreds. In the city of Jiuzhou, local officials activate emergency shelters, but rising water cuts off access before many can reach safety. In some places, residents are told to move to higher floors instead of leaving. Engineers rush to reinforce vulnerable dams with sandbags and earth movers. Soldiers build makeshift walls using rocks, concrete, and steel. But the rain is too strong. The water is too high. Medical teams set up mobile stations outside flooded hospitals. Volunteers hand out bottled water and instant noodles. Temporary shelters fill with families carrying only the clothes on their backs. In Beijing's outskirts, disaster teams block off highways and redirect traffic. Flood alerts reach millions of people across the country. Emergency hotlines are overwhelmed from the air. The flooded provinces look like oceans dotted with rooftops. China is in a race against time to save its people and stop the water from taking more. In Hubei province, the damage is overwhelming. Jiuzhou is one of the hardest hit cities. After days of rain, nearby rivers swell. Then a dam north of the city fails. A wave of floodwater rushes into Jiuzhou, submerging entire districts. Roads are gone. Trains stop. Rescue boats navigate what were once parking lots and markets. In Leishui County, the Baigu River floods faster than expected. Rural towns are cut off completely. Villagers climb trees to avoid drowning. Helicopters hover above but can't reach everyone. In Fangshan District, west of Beijing, rainfall smashes records. Landslides block mountain roads. Flash floods destroy entire communities. Emergency responders try to break through, but the terrain is unstable and dangerous. To the south, in Henan province, more villages flood as small rivers break their banks. Crops are destroyed. Power is lost. Rural hospitals run out of supplies. In Tianjin, water levels are rising dangerously. People living along the Hai's River are warned to leave immediately. The city prepares for impact. In Beijing, subway stations flood. The downtown area remains dry, but outer districts suffer. Hundreds are rescued from trapped vehicles and underground passages. Downstream, Shandong and Liaoning provinces go on high alert. Floodwaters are heading their way. Each region tells a different story, but the pain is the same. Water everywhere, people stranded, and time running out. The root of the disaster is Typhoon Doksuri, although the typhoon made landfall days earlier. Its rain continues to pour over northern China. Doksuri moves slowly inland, dumping massive rainfall over Beijing, Hubei, and surrounding provinces. In just 3 days, some areas receive more than a year's worth of rain. Weather stations record totals never seen before. In Beijing's mid-district, over 700 millimeters of rain, fall shattering all-time records. The land is already saturated from earlier storms. Soil can no longer absorb water. Rivers fill, dams are pushed past their limits. Some spill over. Others crack under pressure. Experts warn that climate change may be making these storms more intense. Warmer air holds more moisture, leading to heavier downpours. China's aging dam infrastructure, designed decades ago, is not built for this level of stress. Warnings were issued, but the storm moved too fast. Entire towns had no time to prepare. It's not just nature, it's infrastructure, timing, and human impact colliding all at once. As the flood spreads, key infrastructure begins to fail. In Hubei, 2 major dams breach under pressure. The floodgates are overwhelmed. Water surges across highways, tearing up asphalt and carrying away traffic signs. Entire stretches of expressways collapse. In Beijing, multiple subway lines shut down. Stations fill with water. Trains are halted. Commuters are evacuated through emergency tunnels. Power stations along the Baigu River are submerged. Transformers explode. Nearly 100,000 homes lose electricity. Mobile phone towers are disabled. Communication blackouts spread across rural counties. Hospitals in Laishui and Juozhou lose backup power. Patients are evacuated by boat and stretcher. Medical staff operate in flooded rooms using flashlights. Drinking water becomes a major concern. Treatment plants are offline. Officials warn of water contamination and disease outbreaks. Airports in Beijing and Tianjin cancel flights. Transportation systems break down. Relief supplies are delayed. With roads cut, bridges broken, and power gone, thousands are left waiting for help that can't reach them. The human cost is staggering. More than 520,000 people are affected. Families climb to rooftops and wait for help for hours or days. Some go without food, clean water, or medical care. In Hebei, entire villages are left underwater. Elderly residents are carried out by neighbors. In shelters, children sleep on concrete floors, holding wet blankets. Hospitals treat flood victims for injuries, exhaustion, and hypothermia. Some are missing family members. Others arrive with nothing, just clothes soaked in river water. In Beijing, video footage shows cars being swept down highways like toys. A mother clutches her child on the edge of a collapsed building. Rescuers reach them just in time. Many are still trapped. Others are missing. The flood takes lives. Bodies are recovered from homes, vehicles, and riverbeds. Numbers rise daily as waters recede. Across the region, grief mixes with fear. Survivors search for loved ones. Communities mourn what is lost. This is not just a natural disaster, it is a human one. China's national government launches a massive response. President Xi Jinping calls for full-scale coordination. The People's Liberation Army is deployed across affected regions. Military helicopters drop supplies and lift out survivors. The Ministry of Emergency Management sends boats, food, fuel, and medical aid. Thousands of soldiers and relief workers arrive in disaster zones. Flood control engineers work around the clock to reinforce dams and build emergency overflow routes. Sandbags are flown in. Heavy machinery operates non-stop. Shelters are set up in stadiums, schools, and government buildings. Medical teams treat the injured. Mobile kitchens feed thousands. The effort is enormous, but conditions make the work slow and dangerous. The water keeps coming. Floodwaters continue moving east. In Tianjin, water levels on the Haiyai River rise sharply. Evacuation warnings are issued for surrounding districts. Residents are told to move valuables to higher ground. Shandong province goes on high alert. River systems carry floodwater toward coastal towns. Drainage canals are overwhelmed. Local officials begin evacuating low-lying areas. Liaoning, further northeast, starts preparing shelters. Emergency teams clear storm drains and reinforce levees. Floodwaters flow downstream and every town in their path is now in danger. The disaster zone is expanding. As of now, the situation remains critical. In parts of Hebei, water is still rising. More rain is forecast for the coming days. Weather models show a possible second wave of storms. Thousands remain trapped. Rescue teams continue searching buildings and riverbanks. Dam stability remains uncertain. More breaches could come. Medical supplies run low in isolated shelters. Food and clean water are limited. Infections from dirty water are a growing concern. While some areas see water receding, others are now being hit for the first time. This crisis is not over. In many places, it's just beginning. There are signs of progress. Rain slows in Beijing and parts of Hubei. Helicopters deliver food to trapped families. Boats reach towns that were cut off for days. Power is restored to thousands of homes. New shelters open with clean beds and food. Volunteers arrive from across the country. Social media groups help reunite families. People donate clothes, supplies, and money. The damage is great, but help is reaching those in need. Survivors begin to rebuild. This may be one of the most devastating floods China has faced in decades. Entire cities underwater. Hundreds of thousands displaced, lives lost, lives changed forever. But one question remains: why did so many dams fail? And why were so many communities left with no warning, no escape, and no defense? As the floodwaters recede, the full scale of this disaster will come into view. It's not just about rebuilding roads and homes. It's about rebuilding trust and preparing for what may come next. Because storms are growing stronger. Weather is more extreme and the cost of waiting is too high. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay safe. See you in the next video.